Fuck that fucking job, I'm watching everybody work. Fuck that fucking job, that little pay by the hour. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, my back hurting and I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, nigga, I'm sober. Yeah, caught between the two, get this money, go home. Yeah, all these people so, all these bitches, they messy. First day I came in, I bossed up on the bosses. And they promise nigga this, promise nigga that. Want my ass to work, then bring that paper back. Sharp, where you been? I been taking the shit. Knowing damn well that I don't fucking sleep. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitchin' and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Hey, fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, me and bro, we just posted. Look him in the eye, shake my head disappointed. We gotta visualize, summarize, execute. All these people dropping like fly, why the fuck we still here? Man, fuck that fucking job, when I pull up I hate it. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, that's on all of their faces. Fuck that fucking job, man, I'm already lit. Man, I hear one thing, boy, you bound to get hit. Man, the bills cross a nigga's brain. Damn, that's how you keep a nigga damn a slave. Damn, money supposed to be a tool. Damn, for a purpose, what's your purpose for? Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitchin' and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. You know what I'm talking about? I'm sick of that shit, I know you sick of it too, man. Money's supposed to be a tool, but what's your purpose though? It's supposed to benefit a purpose. Shout out Boom Man now.
Push up position.
Get ready for an unforgettable experience at the Midwest Fire Weekend from August the 1st to the 4th. Join us as we bring together all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians under one banner for 4 days of powerful brotherhood and sisterhood.
I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived, they don't know how I did it. Got it.
Day 1 kicks off with the Round Table of Truth podcast featuring Captain of 13,000 Mauquai. Also, we will be having a breakfast and sip event at 12355 Gratiot Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. Then, we will be having scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Then later, we will be having game night. On August the 2nd, we will be having a street teaching and a food and clothing giveaway at the Detroit Transit Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then you could join 13 Shield Commanding General Yahanna for a powerful discussion. Are demons real and are they among us? From 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. After that, we will be having late night activities at our bar on 21530 Gratiot Avenue. On August the 3rd, we will be visiting the Charles H. Wright Museum from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. And join us at the Action Impact Gun Range from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. We having an album release party at Flood's Bar and Grill for none other than Captain of 13,000 Akkad Abaraya. Then, last but not least, we will be having the 7th annual Midwest Barbecue at Chandler Park from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is not like any other barbecue you ever been to. Bring your children, bring your family and friends. It's free food and it's a safe environment. Also, get you a room at our hotel for special rates. Book now for a comfortable stay close to all of the action.
Purchase your tracks today.
Support the Midwest Fire Weekend by donating to our GoFundMe. Visit the GoFundMe link in the description or scan the QR code to make a difference.
Boston, it made niggas regroup. Had to shed light on the false image. I.S.U.P.K whole court. Now who the fuck won scrimmage to?
We getting ready to have a Midwest Fire Weekend.
The I.S.U.P.K Chicago coming at you once again to let you know about the Midwest Fire Weekend.
Came to speak to you about some events we're having in Detroit, Michigan. Fire Weekend, Thursday, August 1st to Sunday, August 4th.
Inviting all single blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians to our Midwest Fire Weekend.
And you know what it is. It's that time of the year again. It's the Midwest Fire Weekend, hosted by Captain 13th Out Marquardt, August 1st through the 4th.
Real I.S.U.P.K Kentucky here to invite every so-called Black, Hispanic, and North American Indian to the Midwest Fire Weekend, Detroit, Michigan, August 1st through the 4th.
Tune into the Midwest Fire Weekend from August 1st to the 4th.
Don't miss out on this incredible event. Join us for the Midwest Fire Weekend from August the 1st to the 4th. Visit www.isupk.com or scan the QR code for more information.
Good? That's good. Yabashim Shabraka Thumb, Yahawashima Thumba Shamia. You remember, put your phones on vibrator, so okay. Not mute, but vibrate. This is just in case. You know what I mean? Just in case brother's trying to reach you. All right. DC scripture breakdown class. Of course, if anybody have any questions, you know, go ahead and let's get them in. You know, we are the end of Pride Month. So, you know, the rainbow going to be making its last stand until, you know, next year. But I guarantee you the clinics is going to be full all of next month. I can guarantee you that part. They're probably full already. They probably have a whole influx, a whole increase of whatever is out there. You know what I mean? DC smell like weed and ass whole month. I can tell you that straight up. It smell like gas and ass whole month. Y'all done did a number on DC, boy. Yikes. You know what I mean? So like somebody had an up about you? All right, so yeah, I mean we gonna definitely work it out. Shalom says, how you doing? We're gonna work it out, and then take it from anything that we would need. All right. So you was gonna say something?
No.
Oh, okay, no sweat. All right, so tonight we're gonna go. I think some of you probably already got this breakdown before. Again, if you have any questions, type them in. The history of District of Columbia. Anybody knows it? Shapat, you had your hand raised for something, right?
Kyle, sir, I'm about to say, you saying that the clinic's gonna be full. Well, you know, when that monkeypox was on, they got the saying like, you're not LGBTQ unless you got it. So it's not like they can't.
They were saying that, you sure?
Yeah.
Damn.
They were saying you ain't unless you get the monkeypox.
Nah, man, come on, man. He had to sit down over here, sis. You can't have him over there. Yeah, he a man now. You gotta sit on this side. Come on, man. You're a big man now. You gotta sit with the men. he's like, nah, I'm gonna stay right here. Ain't no sweat, brother. I feel you. But you could come and sit on the men's side. You don't want to sit on the men's side. No? You sure? Ain't no sweat, soldier. I feel you. If you have questions, raise your hand, all right? That's right. Give him a hand. You uncover that head. That's right. You're going to be strong. If you have questions, just raise your hand. You hear me? Raise your hand. If you have questions, all right? Don't worry about it. He need to rule something. That's what his spirit is. He need to rule something. All right, so we're going a little history of the District of Columbia. We're going to touch on one of the massacres down there in Texas. The brother won't grab it for you. Grab your sister a Bible, please. All right, we're going to but go into a little bit of the massacres in Texas. All right, go ahead.
So, like, there's a question online.
Okay.
Damien says, Shalom, Jamaica can get a breakdown on Proverbs 31 and Proverbs 30, 18 through 20. Okay.
We'll get that. All right.
Breakdown on the whole Proverbs
30. I can't do this. You can't get a whole breakdown on. Yeah, I mean, you ought to produce your tithe records for that. Yeah, man. I'm joking, of course. You can't do the whole breakdown. Is there a particular verse or section that you need cleared up? If there's a particular section that you need cleared up, we definitely could rock with it, and get you the understanding for it. But I can't do the whole chapter. You know what I mean? I'll give you 6 verses. Give me a best 6 verses, maybe even 10. But let's start with 6 first. All right. And I'll go there. If you could just type in what give me a little bit more specific. All right. All right, let's make sure this mic, everybody's able to hear. Testing 1, 1, 2. I hope everybody's able to hear. Damn, they want to adjust this damn thing. I don't like to bend the cord. Did he type anything in yet?
Last, not yet.
I'm gonna just
also had 18 through 20 as well.
18 through 20 in what?
Verse 30. Proverbs 30.
31.
He said Proverbs 31, the whole thing, and then 30, 18 through 20.
Let's start with 30, 18 through 20. But watch, I'm gonna just disconnect this and pass this through here, just to avoid the cord bending so much. Unless I could do it, you ain't got to. Let me see how it works right here. Maybe it might work good right here. All right. All right. So where are we going? Proverbs 30?
30, 18. It's Proverbs chapter 30, verse 18.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
There be 3 things which are too wonderful for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, 4 which I know not.
Mm-hmm.
The way of an eagle in the air. The way of a serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a maid.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
That's what you want? Just to 20 or 21? 20. Okay. So Proverbs is similar to how Ecclesiastes is. It's similar to how Ecclesiasticus is and Wisdom of Solomon, where it's not like a historical event that running down, where it's just, you know, the chapter and the verses is like in chronological order almost, or telling a story. It's not like that. It's these things are like words of wisdom. It's just, you know, again, consider like if you're sending a letter to your oldest child who is off to college or in the military or somewhere far away from you, and you're just running down things for them to look out for. Listen, when you know, back in to park, don't park front in, right? Because when you park front in, you know, your back is exposed. Anybody could sneak up. You know, it's easier to get out. And then when you go to the store, you know, check for the skimmer. So imagine you're reading it down like that. 1 minute they're talking about parking, next minute they're talking about swiping your card, next minute they're talking about, you know, what type of food to eat. So it's advice. You get the point? It's there's things to look out for, which is why, you know, as you read it, it seems like you're jumping here, there, and everywhere. But it's a little pieces of advice that they're giving you. It's wisdom. All right. So let's read it again from where we want. 18.
Okay.
Let's go.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 18. There be three things which are too wonderful for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, four which I know not.
All right. So he's saying these three things are too wonderful for me. Like these things are, like I can't even comprehend this. They're things full of wonder, and they're just too wonderful for me. You understand? That's what he's saying. These three things are just too wonderful for me. And the fourth, what does he say?
Yea, four which I know not.
And the fourth one, I really, you know, I don't even know. All right, go ahead.
Verse 19. The way of an eagle in the air.
Right, the way of an eagle in the air. Right? He's saying that it's too wonderful for him, meaning like this is something like, you know, awe-striking. You're admiring this thing, like an eagle up in the air, how the eagle move. And now we have the luxury of what? Phones, cameras, drones, satellite imaging. So you could really see something. Like before now, if you observe an animal, you gotta track this animal for days. But now you could go on to YouTube right now and look up an eagle. And brother, I've seen footage. First off, an eagle is a big ass bird.
Right.
You understand? An eagle is huge. There's a famous picture. See if you can find it, because there's an eagle on a man's front lawn. And first it has the wings closed, but then it spreads the wings out. And this thing is, you know, is huge. I believe it's an eagle. I hope it's not another bird. Go ahead.
It's a lucky. Like if you live in a certain part where eagles be,
and
you get a puppy, you better watch that puppy.
Yeah, they're very strong. They're very strong birds, extremely strong birds. Them and that what's the one that could fly forever?
Condor?
No, not the condor. There's another one that's just albatross. That albatross could fly for, I forget, is a ridiculous period of time where this shit don't need to land. It don't need to land. It don't need to come down. This albatross, I forget how long. Let me see. Hold on. The albatross, it could live for up to lucky. Oh, it's water. Sis trying to bribe her. She come back in. No sweat, sis. I feel it. It's water.
This one got two of them.
said, you trying to bribe me now, huh? Yeah, no, I'm good. Tawana. You can put them there for the see, young brother, the candy shade on this side first. See, you done had your candy already. You acting like he ain't want none. You see how he look right up at you? He's like, yeah, I know she gonna give me one soon. Right? That albatross lived on, I think, for 50 years, but it says their range is some kind of ridiculous range. Somebody look it up. Shapat, you have some more duty to do. Yeah, she can handle that. I need to find out how long this albatross could fly for. You got the picture? Is it an eagle or is it another bird? Just make sure. That's an eagle. It's an eagle, right? And this, I mean, the first picture, the eagle has, the wings in, but then it spreads the wings out, and it's, brother, that's wonderful. That's a wonderful, creature, which is why the oppressor is in love with it so much. He made his he made his bird the eagle. He patterns after the eagle. He loves the eagle. It's on the damn it's the symbol of America. It's on the U.S. Postal Service. Everything is with the eagle. The eagle has landed, coming back all the way from Rome. They were always fascinated with this eagle because the eagle is an amazing bird. What do you have?
I got the article says albatrosses can go for years without touching the ground.
Brother, the albatross ain't no joker. But I believe, that's, meaning it might land on other things. I'm talking about just one flight length. Did it give you that?
I just saw something.
One flight length. I mean, touching the ground, I think that's in reference to actually landing to feed and stuff like that. But it could stay up there, I believe, for a few days well without doing anything. Or the range, it could cover a certain amount of miles, which is longer than any other bird. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
You have some chapter. What's going on, priest?
That's so absent.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, so somebody, whenever you find it, let's we'll move on, all right? But let's find it. But they fly for a very long time, and they have a ridiculous range. They have a ridiculous range in flying. Like they could fly over large bodies of water. I'm not seeing the exact mileage here. Go ahead. What you have?
I see something says albatross. They can fly up to 10,000 miles in a single journey. And circumnavigate the earth in 46 days. I'm
trying to tell you, like that's a bird the Lord created. You get the point? Like there's some birds now that because of course the technology you could be able to track them and observe them more. But back here, this brother here was saying, man, this eagle is a wonderful thing. It's too wonderful for me. It's like, damn, look how huge this thing is. How the eagle hunts. Anybody ever see how the eagle hunts? They come right down and grab that thing up. Even the way its wings form and holds its body up and it dives in with the damn claws and picks stuff up. I believe there's another breed of eagle too that knocks other birds out of the sky. I can't remember which one it is, but I think it's a version of an eagle, like eagle hawk or some kind of shit like that, where it'll go above the bird it want to hunt and just free fall into the other bird. But as it free falling, it forms like a triangle and smacks the bird out. And the bird lands on the ground, then it comes, circles back and picks it apart. You get the point? Like this thing is huge. There's another eagle that pull down goats off of mountains. You'll see them, they'll attack the goat, pull it, they can't fly away with it, but they'll drop the bastard out. And he hits his head all the way down the rock. And then he just come down and be like, all right, it's up now. You get the point? So he's saying here the eagle is wonderful. Go ahead.
That's crazy because I seen goats like fall on mountains and get right back up.
If you know you're slipping, you might be able to brace yourself. It's different when somebody pick you up and drop your ass out. You get the point? I remember he's dropping you where he know is going to cause you some damage. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
Of course. The way of a serpent upon a rock.
Same thing. That snake. You have a serpent moving through on them rocks, and the type of serpent is not like them constrictors or anacondas in the jungle. The serpents on the rocks is what we're talking about, a certain type of snake. And he's watching how it moving around the rock under, how it could even blend into the thing, go up something, come down something. Like snakes is, again, that's the Lord's wisdom. That's the Lord's creation. And he's seeing glory in the creation. You get the point? Go ahead.
Okay. The way of a ship in the midst of the sea.
The way of a ship in the midst of a sea. Again, we have all this technology now where you could see it, when before, for you to understand what goes on at sea, you would have to listen to a sailor's or a seaman's story, or be somebody who actually was there. But you're not able to just sit somewhere in some landlocked area and know what it is like to be at sea. You get the point? But now you could type in right now, cargo ships in the North Sea, and you'll see some amazing shit. You'll see some waves looking like, tall as, the Trade Center. And this long vessel, and however the vessel is, the shit is not breaking on the wave. Water, depends on how you hit it. That shit damn near solid like concrete and all. Depends on how you hit it. You get the point? So he's seeing and he's describing how wonderful these things are. And he's running it down. Go ahead.
And the way of a man with a maid.
Mm-hmm. Right? And he's saying, and the way of a man with a maid. So the first three, read the first part of it again in 18.
Mm-hmm. The way of, it's like 18, it's like, there be three things which are too wonderful for me.
Right? So he's saying there's three things. So the three things is what? That eagle, that snake, and the ship at sea. He said those are just too wonderful for me to even behold. It's like something amazing to look at. But he said read on.
Oh God, sir. Yea, for which I do not know. So for which I know not.
And for which I know not. You understand? For I don't know anything about this here. And the fourth one is, and the way of a man with a maid. Meaning these things you could observe. But for you ain't gonna know a man and a woman, you see them, but you don't really know how they are. You get the point? You can't really know how they are. You don't know how they roll. You don't know how the chemistry is with them. You don't know the type of relationship it is. You don't know the dynamic. It's just whatever you see here. But this is something ain't no drone following them. You ain't tracking them, looking at them like an eagle. You ain't following them like how you would do a snake. You can't ride them like how you would be on a ship, observing the ship. You get the point? So like a husband and wife, a man and his maid, you really don't know what the hell is going on with them. You get the point? That's the best I could tell you. You really don't know. You could assume. You could assume the best you could. But brother, you don't know. You don't know the ways of a man and his maid. You don't know. You get the point? You really don't know. And that's what he's saying. Like there's three things that's wonderful for him, but the fourth, I don't not. Like you can't really know that, and it's very it's a good lesson in this, where this is how they roll, and it's as long as it's not unlawful, let that be. That ain't your concern. You get the point? Like that ain't nothing you need to be concerned with unless it's something unlawful. You get the point? It was just like in any relation, a child. As long as that shit ain't unlawful, brother, everything is preference. If that's what she like, that's what she like. If that's what he likes, that's what he likes. Shalom, Lord be with you, or how you're feeling. Done. However he move with her, that ain't your concern. And being in the world, what does the world say? The world says this. If it is that what you observe or you might observe in one sense, somebody might not agree with, you'll be like, man, look how he talking to her. Look how he treats her. Something, something, something. Or look how she treating him. Something, 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 something. Nigga, if they like that shit, shut your mouth. God damn it. Just shut your mouth. Just observe. You know what I mean? Hell. You get the point? That's how this world is. This world is, like them celebrities. They're always showing these celebrities on damn TV and talking about this marriage and that. Who gives a rat's behind, man? Like, what? That's their business. Who cares about that shit? The whole world know about Will Smith and his hoe, right? Why? If that hoe like to go with younger men, that's fine. That's her business. She could do that shit. That ain't nothing to us. No, of course, that's unlawful, but you get my point. It's like you ain't got to be consumed with all of this shit. It's like no man really knows. Because come to find out now, when this is at the red table, what happened? She started talking about all the shit that was going on when he was doing Men in Black. Did you know that was going on? When he was making I Am Legend. This is I Am Legend now. You legendary in this shit arc. Did you imagine that nigga with that German Shepherd arc would have sit crying at a table over some young boy? The way of a man has made, you don't know. You don't even know what the hell going on with them. You have no idea. Better go watch the eagle. Go observe the eagle. Go observe the snake. Go observe the boat. Now, I'm not saying ignore some shit that's unlawful. That's not what I'm saying. But if you think you know what's going on with them, you don't know. You don't understand the whole. You don't understand their system, how they operate. It's like trying to figure out how a company works. You'll see this company trading on the stock market. You'll see their commercials, but you don't know what's going on in the boardroom. You get the point? You don't know what the decisions are being made. You don't know who getting chastised, who getting checked, who not getting checked. What you think is wrong, the company, according to the company, this is what's supposed to happen. You understand what I'm saying? It's saying that part. So I hope the brother understand that. All right.
He typed back in. He said 31, 10 through 16.
Okay, I'll take that. The brother who asked the question, let me know if Proverbs 30, if you understood it, if you got the understanding of it. Just type in, Kano La'a, or if you need another, need some more on it. All right. How much you say was the albatross? 46 days, right? It could stay in the air in one journey.
46 days at one time.
At one time.
Up to 10,000 miles, and it can go as far as 500 miles in one day.
Brother, there's some amazing shit in this world, brother. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Like the Lord he ain't make no mistake. You know what I mean?
It doesn't look like anything.
No, the bird don't look like it's, it look like a damn seagull. It looked like a seagull, to be honest with you. You might want to put it up on the screen and let people see. But they say the strength on the bird is different. The strength on the bird is absolutely different. And like that. And even us, I was watching something recently on eagles, brother. I had to go check this shit out. Oh, they were saying how eagles, they live pretty long, a few decades long, right? On average, I think 50 or 60 years or something. But then there's a certain age where their body gets worn down, and the eagle damn near had to go through a whole metamorphosis to get right again. And it involves painful, damn near self-mutilation. They had to break their beak so a new beak could grow back. They had to they break their talons, because the talons get dull and fragile, so it could grow back. And they feather themselves. They pull the feathers out so new shit could grow. I have to go Google this shit to make sure it ain't nonsense I'm seeing. And it's real. And that decision is a decision between life and death, because they reach an age where they're not as effective as they was when they were younger. And they could either decide to just wither and die or be reborn. But the rebirth is painful. And that's the decision this eagle makes. And listen, the white man observed that. Just like how this brother here in Proverbs observe it. The white man observes that, and he has the eagle as his bird, which is why when he enters into conflict, the white man is like an animal. Our oppressor turns into an animal who will do everything just to keep living, even if it hurts himself. Even if it hurts himself, he is going to do it, and you best believe he's going to do it. Where you and I would stop and say, well, surely this is enough. Surely I'm good, I'm done. The oppressor is not like that. He's not like that. I tell you that in the Apocrypha even. He's a formidable adversary, and he'll fight until the end. All right? So where you want to go again?
Proverbs 31, 10 through 16.
Mm-hmm.
Proverbs 31, chapter 10. It's like Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Who can find a virtuous woman?
Okay.
For her price is far above rubies.
No, let me ask you this. Did he want are these two questions related? Like he wanted one with the other, or not even?
It just said he couldn't have a breakdown
on either one. Okay.
On both concepts.
Okay, no sweat. Hold on. He wanted verse 20, right? In Proverbs 30. 18 to 20. Okay, let's get 20 again.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Such is the way of an adulterous woman.
Mm-hmm.
She eateth with her, she eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Okay, so like I said before, this is advice, so it doesn't necessarily mean that one verse is running into the other. So first he's telling you one thing, now he's telling you something else. All right, so he's saying now this is the way, as again, to think of, you have a child off in college or in some strange country working, or in the ESO military, and giving them advice. So this year would be for a son, or even for a daughter, let you know what type of friends you should keep, because the women observe each other, right? So he's saying, such is the way. Read it again one more time.
Okay. Book of Proverbs, verse 30, chapter 30, verse 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Right. So he's saying this is the type, what you would see from an adulterous woman. An adulterous woman is what in the UPK you call a whore, right? This is a whore. This is everybody's woman. Today they say she for the streets. Brothers say she for the highway. Whatever you want to call her. I prefer the word whore. It just hurts more, and it drives the point home, right? It's the difference between the oppressor calling them little emo, socially displaced white boys, what they call them, school shooters, or he's mentally unstable, instead of saying he's a terrorist. You call them little school shooters and them white boys who be shooting up the mall. You call them a terrorist because that's what the hell they are. You get the point? You try to make that sound nice, like he's mentally unstable, he's socially displaced. Bullshit. He's a terrorist. Because if an Arab did it, you'd call him a terrorist. If Africans do it, you call them terrorists. It's the same situation. This adulterous woman here is a whore. How would you know a whore? What she would do? Read it.
She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Right. So it's likening her actions to somebody who eats and wipe their mouths after. So now just think of the imagery. What scenario is it describing? Think about the metaphor. The metaphor here is somebody who's eating, and it's likening it to a certain action. But just give me the metaphor: the eating, wiping the mouth.
This woman, she it's an adulterous woman, so she stepped out on her man.
Give me the metaphor about eating and wiping the mouth, please. Break the metaphor down first. Right? Break the metaphor down first. Eating, read it one more time. Read it one more time, huh?
Okay, sir. Book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Right? She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. Just give me the metaphor here is the eating part. It's, of course, we know it's likening it to something else, but break the metaphor down. Go ahead, so up.
Right. It's like, this woman sitting and she eating, right? And, anything like food would be on her mouth. And then she would take like a napkin and wipe it off, right? And after wiping it off, now, she say, but I'm making a mess.
That's it. Just think, okay, remember this here is a metaphor. The Bible, when it starts to describe things like this, is metaphorical. So it's talking about one thing, but it's giving you another example that everybody could understand. Everybody understands this thing here. You have a child, small child, whether it's your son, daughter, aunt, nephew, or niece, right? Just buy a cake. Some people don't hide the cake because you all like to have your children as friends, right? Sometimes you have to hide it from them because the kids got a mind of their own. But you don't hide it. You tell them what? this cake is not for today. It's for so and so, whatever time. Don't eat it. And what do? They cut the cake and turn the cut piece to the back. So when your dumb ass come look through the little window or look in the fridge, you just see in the front. And they eat the cake and they make sure there's no crumbs left. There's no trace so that they delay in the judgment. They know you're going to find out about this cake though. Not today. Not today. And each time they go back, what they do? They cut a smaller piece because they can't cut too big because you're going to eat all the damn cake before whatever time is due. But whatever it is, they wipe in the mouth, they put away the napkin, clean up the crumbs, position the cake right back in the fridge where it was. I need no cake. What cake? That's the metaphor. You get the point? So it's describing that type of woman as she will eat. She will fully eat and then wipe her mouth. I have done no wrong. That's the way of an adulterous woman. You get the point? And his advice is warning, saying, you don't want to have that. You don't want to have that. And it will translate into other parts of her life, which is why in here you have the Commander Yahanna doesn't give us these rules and protocols. You have the 6 months rule. You have the announcements right there. Just read the parts of the 6 month rule. Go ahead.
When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
They are to be saluted only.
Mm-hmm.
They're here to shed themselves of the word.
Right. That's hold on, stop right there. I'm gonna get the rest. That's in our protocol. A new brother or sister coming to school, they are here. They are read it again from the top. They are off limits for 6 months. They are off limits for 6 months. You don't have to describe to Israel what off limits mean, right? We all Israelites in here, right? The sisters, a new brother walk in, he's off limits. Leave him alone. You brothers, a new sister walk in, don't nobody, get to be the most kindest, pleasantest nigga in the world. Everybody gonna see the change and the tone in your voice gonna change. You're gonna start something like Joe to see with your shalom. You're gonna make that shalom extra melodic. Don't do none of that shit. Leave them. They're here to shed themselves of the world. They are to be saluted only. Saluted means what? Just like you would say, hey, how you doing? The salute in here, shalom sis, Yahweh Shemata Bashem Yahweh Shai. Lord, watch over you in the name of Christ. That's it. That's it. No special attention. She comes through, she gets scanned. Grab a seat, sis. Hey, shalom sis, how you doing? You need water? All right. And that lack of attention is going to do something to her. She's going to realize she can't be a whore in here because in the world, the attention tells a woman what? She has power and she can do what the hell she wants because everybody giving her attention and they're going to fight for it. That let her know this is not that type of place. So she'll either change or leave. Either way, we win. Right. Same thing with a brother. Let the brother come in. Don't fawn over him. Don't do a ton of shit. Don't be extra. Let him change. Let him do what he needs to do to get strong in the truth. They're off limit for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. Go ahead. They're here to shed themselves of the world, all the worldly shit. It's to get rid of it. And it takes time because most people come in here, the youngest I've seen is 15 until whatever age when, that's older. That means you live at least 15, 18, 20 years doing worldly shit. It's going to take some time to strip that away. The way you live in the world is different. The impulse actions you do. The way you react to certain things, it's trained in you for years. So for that to change, it's going to take time. And it's an average of 6 months in terms of change where you could now healthily interact with somebody of the opposite sex for the purpose of courting. You get the point? That's what the general prescribed. Go ahead.
Okay. After 6 months, if a brother or sister have an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister.
Right. After that 6 months, a sister might see a brother, she like him. She can't just go, now start sniffing around the brother. She can't just do that, which is what would happen in the world. You are your slave, some broad like you, she start bringing you food. She start wearing stuff that's extra low and leaning over when she talks to you. Y'all looking at me strange and funny. We in summer season. Y'all know them what do you call it? The sundresses, especially the yellow ones. Yikes. Yeah. Go ahead, Oz.
Like, so she's showing the front butt.
She's showing the front boot. French. You get the point? She started to do things to get the brother's attention, and vice versa. The brother started to do things to get her attention. Don't do that. This is a holy place, which means we do things separately, differently. You see a sister you like, you find out who her camp leader is. You go talk to her camp leader, and her camp leader will either tell you, brother, that sister needs some more time. He's not going to tell you what personally he thinks is wrong with her, but he'll be like, she might need some more time, because her camp leader, he been counseling her from day one. He know all her problems. He know everything she's struggling with, and he knows she's not ready yet to deal with her brother. She's either going to destroy him or destroy herself, or both. Same thing with a brother. You might go to the camp leader and say, I like this brother, and he might say, not yet, sis. This brother here, he's super busy, or I need to do some more work, or I ain't too sure, whatever. Or they might say, fine. You get the point? But the procedure here is that you have to go to somebody who has authority over both y'all and ask permission. You get the point? A good camp leader will find out if the other person paying tithes. Brothers come and ask, what about this sister here? I make a call. Hey, she paying tithes? La asa. Hey, man. Don't even bother. And the same thing for a sister. Sister asks for her brother. Hey, that brother, is he paying tithes on time? Is he doing it? La. Why? Because the scriptures say where your heart is where your treasure is also. And if you can't put your 40 hours of serving Esau hard-earned blood, sweat, and tears money up in here, 10%, you ain't committed to $1 out of every 10. Why would I pair you with somebody else? So both of you all could not commit $1 out of every 10? I'm a dummy then. I'm going to leave the kitchen open and let the dog stay in the kitchen with the meat, right? I'm that stupid? No. Which is why you have to go to somebody in authority. So this thing could be done right and not a worldly type of way. You get the point? So there's procedures in here to forego all of that. But here in the scriptures, you will find certain things that telling you what to look for. Certain things is, how a person is. You get the point? Like, I'm going to give you another one. That Megan Thee Stallion. Ton of women have an innate sense to connect with other women over trauma. And that's on the right-hand side is very good because you all are nurturing and emotional. But in the world, bitches connect over whole shit. They could see something and connect over whole shit. And that's evil as could be. Everybody was on Megan Thee Stallion side, right or wrong, until the witnesses started talking. And then they say, well, hold on, if she gets shot in her foot, how her foot ain't blown off? And come to find out it wasn't how it went. And then the man she was with started talking. And then it came out how much other men she was with while she was with the other nigga. And what does she still say to this day? Anybody knows? Go ahead.
No one defended black women.
No one defends black women. Black women are always victims. She lied on her brother and got him sent to jail for nothing. Am I lying? Y'all tell me if I'm lying or not. If I'm lying, say I'm lying. I have no problem saying I'm lying. You get the point? But from what was originally sent, before that other witness disappeared and never went to court, what she said happened is not what happened. And she was having sex with a ton of men. And she wiped her mouth and said, I did nothing wrong. Till this day, I did nothing wrong. That's an adulterous woman. Should stay far from that. Tory Lanez, he got locked up for really being simple. That's what he's locked up for now. Being simple. You should stay far from whores. This is the scriptures say they're a deep ditch. It's like a big hole you can't get out of once you start in that route. And that's why he's locked up. And she's now making music. And in Nike commercials and shit. And he in jail. And guess what? She's having sex with other men too. Nothing wrong. It's America. You get the point? It's America. Right? And that's for this particular scripture. But of course, the same could be said on the other side, right? But this is for adulterous woman. Man is different. You look at P. Diddy. You get the point? He was living like he did nothing wrong. Like he pitched champagne and fought perfume. He's God gift to music. And look at him. You get the point? Look at him. First he was denying the shit. Then they settled. Then he denied the shit some more. Then the tape come out. Then he said, I hit rock bottom. Lying. That's people in the world, Doc. Come on.
It's like, so I remember you breaking this down before on the announcements. And you were saying that, you need somebody to tell you who to pick or who to stand a third because you were making lousy choices.
Hell, because you're used to making lousy choices. In the world, we don't know what's right or wrong. In the world, people think, you ever hear people say, that's just not what I like? That is BS, Ak. Because 10 years ago, a nigga would never put on a skinny jeans and wear a purse. And now, what you mean? This is fly as you jump like a broad to pull the pants up. And then you put the Birkin over your damn backpack and you think this is fly. Somebody is telling you this is fly. You understand? Somebody's telling you. Brother, over the weekend, I listened to some station in DC that play old school R&B and hip hop. And I listened to some music from, who is the group? Is it Vogue or Total? Who sing Hold On to Your Love? Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. And Vogue, right? But this is the first time I've listened to the lyrics as an adult. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that's what I was listening to. The opening lyrics is, my first mistake was I wanted too much time. I had to have him morning, noon. She started to run down all the problems she was causing in the relationship that caused him to pull away. And the hook is, hold on to your love. You got to hold on. All you young ladies, hold on. Fight for your love. Brother, I could not believe this shit. I had to go back and find the song on YouTube and play it back again through the car. I couldn't believe that that's at one time that was our music on a top level. That was no underground shit. That was mainstream music. But now, nobody can tell you what to do. I'm independent, this, that, the other. Somebody is telling you what you think. And they're so slick. You think it's you. And it's not you. It's the radio, it's the TV, it's the internet, it's the church, it's everything. You're incapable of deciding. You can't. You need somebody to guide you. You trust a GPS to take you from DC to, the Midwest. But a real life nigga in front of you, you don't trust to tell you who you should lay with. Well, listen to the damn computer then. Put that in there. Who I should marry. Turn left. In 3.6 miles, turn right with your dumb ass. You get it. You need somebody to guide you. You need it. You absolutely need it. And Commander Johnny Yahanna is the man who would guide you. You should listen to him and listen to the Bible. All right, let's get 31. Which is 31 and 10?
Book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 10.
Go ahead.
Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart.
So, like, read it again.
Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
Okay. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. What is virtuous? What does the word virtuous mean? Who knows? Get somebody else. Who else? Come on. Don't start drinking water now thinking I ain't gonna call you. Don't think because you're drinking water I ain't gonna call you. You can still answer. What does virtuous mean? Come on with it. Who knows? Who knows? Show your hand. Come on, sis.
A focused woman. A
focused woman. That's one aspect, but that's not a virtuous woman. Hold on 1 second.
Someone that has qualities that can make money.
Okay.
And that's some of the qualities. Someone that's a godly woman.
Okay. I'll take that. Go ahead, Tamar.
It is somebody that like standard, like high standards for something.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Anybody else? Young brother, you'll say something? No? All right, I feel you. I feel you. All right. Sis, any back? No? You want to give us a shot? Sis up here?
A righteous woman.
A righteous woman, I'll take that. All right. In one word, virtuous is a woman who has ability. In one word, she has ability. Right? An ability means you already possess skills that you're able to do things, or you have the ability to go learn new skills so you could do things. Anytime nobody can tell you nothing, you don't have ability. You're not able to. That's it. A virtuous woman is a woman who has ability. She has the ability to, first rule, sisters. First rule, and it's the golden rule. You close. Submit, listen. Y'all close. Y'all ain't saying it. Y'all ain't giving me y'all ain't punching through the thing. Y'all jabbing. I need the straight up knockout punch. Come on, Tama. Come on. Say it. Okay, that's close. But before you obey, there's something. Come on, Yahanna. Before you take the order, similar to obey is something else. Tama. Oh, pivot hand. Say it again. Say it again. Say it one more time, sis. Say it. Hold on. Say it again. Oh boy, music. First thing you need to learn to do is shut your mouth. Because what does the world tell you to do? Run your mouth. Yeah. Your opinion matters. Woman, thou art loosed. You have a safe space here to say whatever. Women this is no disrespect. This is just the truth. You're too emotional to not be regulated. You need to be in a place where I better watch my mouth all the time until you start watching your mouth without being in that place. But you'll say things that you can't take back, right or wrong. Show a hand. If this ever happened to you, said some things that is like, after the fact, you realize, damn, I said that shit. And you can't take it back. No amount of sorry. And the white man doesn't make it so that you don't feel sorry. I said what I said, didn't I? I didn't stutter, right? Yeah. That's, there's a word for that. It's called B, and it ends with H. That's why the first rule in here is shut your mouth. Because once you're not talking, the chances of you listening get higher. At first, you're going to shut your mouth and you're going to sit in the corner there and you ain't going to be paying attention. The Bible going to be open and you're going to be like this. Some of y'all be shaking and y'all think we don't see it. We see it, but we know that's the process. That's the detox. It's like a drug addict. You take the drugs away and they're cold sweating and they're sick. Because you can't run your mouth, you got to shake. Some people are... And a seasoned teacher will just let her do it. As long as it don't get too loud. If it get too loud, we're going to have a problem. But because I know you're fighting to say something and you're not saying it. And then at the end of the class, you get up. Sis, you ready to go? Shalom, sis. And then she say, shalom. And it's like a breath of fresh air because she gets to open her mouth. And we know she fighting. And then she comes back the next time on a few classes after, a few weeks later, brother. She'll actually start to listen. She'll start listening. And now wisdom is imparted. Now she started learning. And then about 2 months into the class, what you'll see happen? Brothers might be able to help me with this. What you'll see happen? Go ahead. Oh, boy. Give her a hand, Yahanna. Boy. She'll do this. I have a question. Breakthrough. Breakthrough. And that's the process. That's the process. She has ability. Because a few weeks ago, couldn't just close your mouth. Now, you're asking questions and waiting for the answer. Give it about 3 months, which is the 90 days, you're going to get your name. And guess what's going to start to happen? Your family going to start hating you because, especially your parents, you are not my daughter. I don't know who you are. Pat yourself on the back, because that's good. It's good that they don't recognize you. It means you've changed. If you in here and you go to the cookout and this, hey, what's going on? You know, Jackie, Freddie, whatever. Yeah, you got to work a little harder. But if you go to the cookout, the family reunion, and they start, yeah, there she go with that holy righteous bullshit. Hey, what's going on, sis? How you want some food? I know you don't eat no pork. Heifer. There's good. That's good. I'm saying because that's what most people go through. It happens with brothers too. But brothers is able to separate the shit more because we're less emotional. Women, they have the emotion. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's if you get the invite.
That's if you get the invite. It's going to take you a little while to stop getting the invite. You get the point? And even stop getting the invite is to try to get you to call and say, where's my invite? Because you're going to stop getting the invite, not show up, and guess what's going to happen that later that day? I didn't see you at so-and-so today. Fucker, you ain't send me the invite. What do you mean you ain't see me? You didn't want me to come. But it's the change. So that ability, now because she has ability to learn, this sister now is going to get more skills, more ability. She's going to be more virtuous. Now this is a sister you could send to school because she knows she's there because you sent her there and she's going to get that degree and she ain't going to hold on campus. You get the point? Because now she learned to shut her mouth. You could send her to slave for Esau. You could send her to another state as a traveling nurse or whatever other, slaveries they have. And she'll go there and do exactly what she's supposed to do and hit you up every day. And, hey, I'm a tithes, blah, 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 blah. And it's going to be running so smooth because she has ability now. I'm coming to you, Shapat. You're going to be able to, she might be a younger sister. You're going to be able to say, hey, these brothers here, they had to go to camp. I need to watch these kids, brother, and she'll be able to do it without, any issue because she has ability because she's learning and she's going to develop these skills that's going to add to you. That's a virtuous woman. And as she gets more and more skillful, that's why her price is far above rubies. Rubies is very expensive because they're so rare. And he's saying this woman, she is worth more than a rare stone. Because she's so skillful. But that skill starts with shutting your mouth. And that's what the Bible says. Who can find a virtuous woman? Right. Who could find her? Because damn, go out there now and see if you find one. See. You ain't gonna find it. Go ahead.
It's like, I don't know about jumping ahead, but when you talk about you could send her.
We coming to it. We gonna come to it. You're definitely jumping ahead, but it's okay. It's okay. You get the point? You go out there, you're not going to find it. You're going to find it in here, though. You're going to find it in here. You come in here and you see these sisters who's been around and they're rolling. You could see a different spirit on them, a totally different vibe. And this is another thing that sisters gain when they come in here and they, of course, initially shut their mouth and they start learning. They'll discover a femininity in themselves that's going to shock them. They're gonna be shocked at how good it is to be feminine and vulnerable. Because in the world, it teaches you femininity is vulnerability. You have to be strong and independent and all that shit. If you enjoy crying every night on your bed, that's on you. But you could come in here and be totally feminine, and a brother will pay a price far above rubies for you. It's called a dowry. It's possible. You're going to have to shut your mouth first. You're going to have to earn that price. You get the point? Let's keep reading.
Okay.
11?
11.
Yeah.
Okay. Verse 11. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
Read it again.
The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her. Right, read it again from the top.
The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
Right, the heart of her husband safely trusts in her, so he has no need of spoil. Right now, today, right, in today's society, you sisters who have slaveries, how many brothers are on your slaveries? let's say out of 10 people, 10 Israelites, brothers and sisters, how much of those 10 are men and how much of those 10 are women that you directly slave with? You tell me. 0 men? Anybody else? No men. Brother. Any of the brothers? How many sisters you'll slave with versus brothers? Half and half on yours?
About 60-40 for me, men.
60 men?
Yeah.
40 women. It could be because of the type of slavery.
Yeah.
All right.
0 women.
0 women. Okay, so you have 0 women, 0 women, 0 men, 0 men, 0 men. You have about 50% with the brothers. You actually check it out, is less men on these good paying slaveries than there are women. Go ahead. It could be because of the type of slavery, right? There's some slavery is just, it's inherent to men. That putting a woman to do it is just not going to get it done. It could be physically demanding. It could be the tradition of the slavery. But by and large, you're going to find that in our society, in our community, Black and Hispanic community, women are the breadwinners. Not for want of trying, but by design. Women are in positions that make the most money. So now, with that said, a virtuous woman, read it again. Go ahead.
Who can find a virtuous woman?
No, 11.
The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
Right. So a brother, a virtuous woman, her husband's heart is going to trust in her. His mind is going to be at ease because he will not have a need to go out and do something foolish for money, which is what this is. This life we live in right now, you see all that nonsense going on the street with brothers, why Black men can't get it together, why? Because you're buying Birkin bags and red bottoms with the money instead of paying the damn bills and letting the man rule the house. And he's still expected to be a man, even though the oppressor is not letting him be a man. You're giving him a little boy's salary and hiring his woman and giving her 10 men's salary and then telling her you don't need him. But yet still he's supposed to still be able to manage the house. This is how it happens. Brothers are not required to be financially responsible for a home. That's not a requirement according to the Bible. And when I say financially responsible, they are not required to go out and get it. They are required to run the house, though. Get the point? Okay. Think of a company. You have a CEO or a manager, or CEO, right? CEO, manager. Does the manager go flip the burgers and go and get the supplies and open the door? Does he do that? No. Somebody else does it. He's responsible to make sure that when all these resources come in, this company doesn't go bankrupt. This company doesn't fall into debt. Everybody could get paid. Everybody get medical. Everybody, his job is to balance everything, rule everything, train, make sure everybody getting training, and I'm gonna send you on this course to make your job better. Upgrade the equipment when it need upgrading. How many of y'all been on slaveries and it's like, damn, this manager ain't doing his job. This machine broke about 2 years now. Y'all can't get good ice cream from McDonald's. You know why? The manager ain't doing the job. The machine always broke, right or wrong? Yeah, that's the problem. Now take that to a marriage. That man, according to the Bible, he is not financially responsible for that. It says a good woman, she'll be, and we'll go down to it in Proverbs 31 some more. Her responsibility is there. That's damn near in it. Now, if a sister doesn't have the ability to go out and earn as much, that's fine. That's good and fine. But she has to be at least willing to handle certain shit. Go ahead.
Like it's heavy how you break it. I hear this in school all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Most women, they go to their job, and if the boss say, I need you to dress this way, or do this, they don't do it right away, but they go home to their man and they don't listen to anything he says.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna help sisters out with that and brothers. All right. And you're absolutely right, Shapat. It's because we live under this oppressor. Because the only reason a sister would listen to her manager, her slave master, is because why? What's the only reason? Sis, Tama? He paying you. So if money is the only reason you listen, what are you? No, you're not one, but that's the spirit on you. When you could listen to your man for free and be counted as a virtuous woman, a righteous woman. You get the point? Like, that's where we need to go to. We in a bad place now because we listen to this white man. This white man is an absolute devil. And his spirit is Sodom. He does not like women. That's why he puts you in power. Because he don't like you.
We have it looks like a spiritually Sodom.
Okay, come on.
In the chat.
Okay.
He said a couple things. Lando Calrissian says the women in Israel are some nasty harlots. He says David Wise was boggish as hell for having sex with his son in front of all Israel. And then the most egregious one was obviously Jesus couldn't find a virtuous woman because he was out here kissing men.
How much more days we have for Pride Month? About 4 more? Listen, let them sodomites, let them talk all they want to talk. Of course, all that is lies, of course, that he's saying. But, it's Pride Month. Go ahead and be a keyboard warrior, nigga. It's fine with me. So you get the point. So we have to move on from that spirit of what the oppressor tells us to be. Because what you would find is if you could get a sister who is virtuous, you as a brother, you have a resource. Because she is resourceful. Because she's so skillful. And now you'll really be able to do some things. You'll be able to do some damage. You get the point? And that translates into the work we do here. Because how are you going to go to camp and your focus is these bills? How are you going to go to camp and stand up in front of these oppressors when you can't afford to lose no slavery and even going to help you? Where are you even getting the strength to do it? You know how much strength it takes for a brother to come up in here and get in that van and go stand on that street corner? That takes a lot of strength. Brothers in here, you might take it for granted, but try to remember when you just came in that first time you went out there. Most brothers, they go into disguise, get the biggest black shades, big headpiece, how the thing coming down here because they ain't want nobody see them. Because at first, they's like, man, I need this job. I need this job. When if she's taking all that bread she making and letting you know you have authority, brother, you could be free to do the work of the Lord. Absolutely free. Somebody, I'm coming to you, just look up the average salary of black women, especially in this area. Go ahead. Or just in America general. Go ahead.
What you just brought out was heavy because when I first came to school, I was in Canada, and they were just starting up the camp up there.
Right.
And the camp spot in Montreal was directly in front of this lake. I'm looking at.
You're looking at the door. He was like, I'm gonna be on post. I'm gonna face this way. Because yeah, you ain't turning around. It happens, Zach. It happens until, whatever. I had people when I first came in the truth. I had a slavery brother, and I would leave the slavery every Friday and come to camp. I told him I wasn't working all day Friday. 11:30, I'm out. And brother, I'm on post. And I turn around to do something, and I come up, and this person right here who sits next to me, the slave, hey, how you doing? Right there. What's going on? Yeah, you all right? And that freed me. You get the point? That definitely freed me. And it's going to happen. But what really holds brothers back is the fact that she's not going to help. You get the point? Come on, Shapat. Somebody had their hand up? Oh, go ahead, Art.
Like I said, it 2023.
Go ahead.
The average salary was $46,500 543.
Okay, in this area?
And I just put in America.
In America, and this is for a black woman?
Constant.
No, I think it's higher than that.
Okay.
I think yeah, one sister grew and she's like, 43. I'll kill myself if that was my salary. That's what she's saying in the spirit. It's more. It's black woman is making guap money. You know what I mean? It's when I say guap money, not for the white man. The white man poverty level is 150,000. That's what he said it takes to have a family in America. There's black people living on 20 grand, individual salaries. But you know, I think black women's average salary is about 85. 85, somewhere around 90, somewhere there. An average meaning it could be higher, it could be lower. But it's that 40 something. I mean, I don't know. That's I see exactly what they're referring to. Sisters is making good money. And you could help with that. You could definitely help. Let's read on a little bit. All right, read over where you was at.
Okay.
Somebody, whoever finally start, let me know. Give me you know what I mean? And that could be a starting average. A starting average, a young sister making that seem okay to start with. You 20 something, you coming out of school or whatever, you starting with that. You know, in about 5-10 years, it's probably gonna be double. You understand? Go ahead,
Okay. Verse 11. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
Right? The heart of a husband trust in her, he'll have no need for spoil. Right? A lot of brothers is locked up because they're doing dumb nonsense to go get the money for some broad who's just gonna move on after you. When put her to work. Set a standard for her to meet. She'll become better because of it. She'll be able to achieve. She'll be able to do things. Listen, you look at our life now, everybody think life is better. We all come from a generation of people who were somewhat professionals or semi-professionals and had a ton of children and had slaveries and had marriages lasting 70 years. What's going on with us? The roles is changed and it's destroyed our life. You get the point? Give me in the Apocrypha Ecclesiasticus 25. Start at 16. I think that's what I want, right?
You want, sir?
16, 25, and 16.
Okay, sir. Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than keep house with a wicked woman.
You understand? So now this is the counter of a good woman, a virtuous woman. Her husband, the heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, that he'll have no need for spoil. This brother saying here, a wicked woman, I'd rather dwell with a lion or a dragon than be in the house with her, which is why most brothers spend the time on the corner, late at night where they could get shot, arrested, beaten up by the cops, than be in the house with you. Get the point? The Bible is trying to tell you something of how to be. You eat this thing like you're a flower with sweet scent and whatever nectar, and this bee wouldn't come near to the flower. Is either something wrong with it? Either the flower is sour or the bee like these. But there got to be a reason. You understand? In one sense, it's saying her husband is going to safely trust in her. He have no need of spoil. Right? Read the next verse in Proverbs 2. Whole Ecclesiasticus. Read the next verse in Proverbs. 12.
I got precept.
1 second. Read the next verse in Proverbs. 12. Whoever have it, read quickly.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 12.
Come on up.
She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
So 11 and 12 go together. That's what a virtuous woman would do. She would make herself skillful so she could add to this brother's life. And she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. read what you had in Ecclesiasticus? Because you might have to help him with the reading, all right? Because he's holding a lot of stuff. Go ahead.
Book of Ecclesiastes
16.
Chapter 25, verse 16.
Uh-huh.
I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon that to keep house with a wicked woman.
You understand? So it's giving you one side, then it's giving you the opposite side. And the understanding is right there with you both. There's the older generation would tell you, keep his belly full and something else empty, and he'll always be around. And there's a spirit in there, right? Y'all know the older generation say that. Them older sisters would say that thing. It's simple with a brother. And there's a spirit in there. It sounds blunt, it sounds crass, but there's a spirit in there that we done lost because of the oppressor. You understand? Go ahead, Shapad. What are you going to say?
Okay, I appreciate it.
Go ahead.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 9. It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house.
Same thing. And it's by and large the reason why a lot of our houses are broken. This is not entirely our sisters' fault. Our sisters have a huge part to play in it, but this is the construct of the oppressor. The oppressor craftily destroyed our houses. Craftily do it. You put a division between men and women, then raise up one over the other that emasculates another one. He does it with foreign governments. Right? Anybody know the history of ISIS? You all remember the terrorist group ISIS? The Islamic State of Syria? Who knows the history of ISIS? America funded, I forget what it was called first. Bukwash, look it up for me. America funded them first as a rebel group to fight whichever government they was trying to destabilize. I believe it's Syria. They took all America's guns and money and formed ISIS, the terrorist group you know today. I believe the Taliban is who they got rid of. But they started ISIS. America started ISIS. There's a former attorney general called something Holder, Anthony Holder or something like that. Say again? Eric Holder. He started an operation called Fast and Furious in Mexico, where they would take marked guns and sell them to the cartel. And they would trace the cartel by the murders committed from those guns with the ballistic evidence, with the bullets and stuff. You want to know why Central America is destabilized? It's not because Issachar and Zebulon is just wild, mad people and criminals. America gave them guns. You don't know why they're flooding over the borders because the country ain't safe? Operation Fast and Furious. The oppressor does that. That's what he does. So in our houses, he divided us and he gave one supreme power who shouldn't have the power and dethroned the other. And that's your life today. Once you could understand it, you could make the changes. You could make the changes, right? Where we at? Because what do you have?
It says an offshoot of Al-Qaeda back in 2006.
Okay, look for where they funded. I know that ISIS, they definitely was funded by America. It says it when you look it up. Let's keep reading 25 and 17 now.
Go
ahead. Oh, Salaki, brother, you had your hand up?
Oh, no, I was going to give you the stats for the money for women.
Okay, go ahead. You have it? Go ahead. Let me hear it.
It's 64,000 for women and 55 for men.
54.
55 for men and 64 for women.
Damn. That's the 10 grand difference. And that's average. You get the point? That's an average thing. Right now, women just make more money. It just makes sense. Let her go make the money. You do what you can do. But just know when you come back to that house, when that check comes, that brother had an account for every penny. And he decides how it gets spent. And if you don't like it, you shouldn't have laid with him. You shouldn't have did it. And brother, you're going to have to step into the plate and make sure that money gets spent right. You can't just, well, I'll run the house, I'll take all this money, and you go buy Jordans for you and the whole crew. That shit ain't going to work. I'm going to tell you straight up and down. You're going to have to rule your house. You're going to run the house. You run the house like it's a country. Have a budget. Keep track of shit. Keep track of the spending. And this month you can only spend this one. That you got to be like that. All right, give me the rest of Ecclesiasticus, and then we move on. All right,
Co-concert.
go ahead.
Verse 17.
Come on.
The wickedness of a woman changeth her face,
Mm-hmm.
and darkeneth the countenance like sackcloth.
Mm-hmm. It's going to start to show. It's going to start to show. You come in here, you start looking different. You start looking different. And this happens for both brothers and sisters. And part of the change in the look is because today, I think this is the most drug influence we've ever been. And substance abuse. Just purging yourself from that alone is going to change how you look. Much less when you start to obey the Lord, brother. There's something about our people. Just naturally in the world, we look different than everybody else. But brother, you start obeying the Lord, you definitely gonna have a glow. It's hard to describe. You just look different. You just look better. You look healthier. You just look different. You get the point? Keep going. You know, all these bros in the world have all mean ass look. You see them celebrities. That's why they be like to show them celebrities without makeup, and everybody be, oh, where you think getting high gets you? You see this one without makeup, Cardi B without makeup, Beyonce without makeup, and you be like, oh, you can't believe this shit. What do you think that lifestyle gets you? You get the point? What do you think it gets you? That's how you look. It's rough. Go ahead.
Oh God, verse 18. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth, it shall sigh bitterly.
Mm-hmm.
All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
What does that mean? Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. It says all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. That part, I'm going to give you that part. It's just saying, in essence, with a man and a woman, you rather get in a shootout than she taking the child support. I know brothers could understand that shit. I'll take my chances with them bullets. Go ask, what's the basketballer name? The one from the Knicks who was married to Tiana Taylor girl. That's it. I read something today. I couldn't believe the judgment. I could not believe the judgment, brother. Surely he thinking about this putting her in the ground. Surely, I don't know if it's true. They say she divorced him. She got to keep 7 of his properties, $1 million properties. He had to pay her a one-time settlement of 7 figures. This nigga don't play basketball no more. And he has to pay her $8,000 a month per child. They got 2 kids or 3 kids. And I'm looking at I'm like, okay. Like, what's stopping him from doing something horrible to this girl? What? Like, what's making him not just say, you know what, I could just make this problem go away and I'll get full custody. I'm not saying he should. Don't nobody go say I'm saying he should. But I'm just saying, all wickedness is very slight to the wickedness of a brother. Because why divorce him now? Like, why now? What did he do now? Did he beat you up? What did he do? What did he do now? Or is it he's weak now? You're done in a good position. You know all his plays. You know him. Now you could take him for bad. Because why would you do it? Why would you just take his kids and hold him ransom? You know that's kidnapping in any other scenario. If I take your children and make you pay to see them, that's called kidnapping. In any other scenario, but somehow this is what? Child support? Which child need $8,000 a month? Which one? I need to see that child because that child probably could fly. You could change water into wine. $8,000 a month? A nigga rather go on the block and have a shootout. He rather shoot it out with the cops. He rather fight in jail than doing that. Keep going. So you had a hand up, brother? Salaki.
I don't know. You said you was asking why you think she did it now because he don't play no more with that.
It could be. I mean, it could be. It's okay. I'm gonna tell you the real reason she did it because he married her. That's the real reason she did it. That's the other part of the whole virtuous woman thing. Brothers have to learn to choose better. It's like buying a good car versus a lemon. You take all your tax money and you go buy some, some Infinity or something, some Lexus, and because you get it from a good deal from some Hamite in, Virginia. The shit break down in 2 months. You're going to be mad at the Hamite? You gave him your money. That's your fault. You the one chose that car. How could this have been avoided? Maybe you don't go get that expensive thing. Maybe you buy a little bucket, you swallow your pride a little bit for a few years, build your credit up, and then you could go get something right that's clean. Nobody ever drive that shit before. And the dealer give you a warranty where you get service for free. But Iman Shumpert, he married a bucket hack. Before him, who was she? Did she have a career before him? No. Nobody knew what that alien head-looking girl did before. Straight up and down. Nobody knew what she did. Nobody knew. None of these so-called popular broads. Same thing with Cassie. Who the hell was Cassie before Diddy? And I'm not saying what he did was right. But nobody knew them before. You understand what I'm saying? It's all in the choosing. You want to avoid this? Just choose better. Look for that virtuous woman. How you find her, come in here and wait 6 months. And when you see one you think you like, come talk to the camp leader. And then the camp leader will give you his counsel. And his counsel is not an order. You could not follow it or follow it. It's up to you. But your chances is better. Because this nigga played for the Knicks, brothers. Nigga played with Kobe Bryant. He, played against him. Made so much money. He acting now. And damn. 7, she didn't bounce a ball. Not one. Why she need to get 7 houses? How many houses she had before him? None. So that's the game now? Choose better, brothers. It's a rough world out here. Keep going. The next verse is what I want. Oh, no, so like, let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. What does that mean? Come on.
Something like when they said a wicked man is a wicked woman.
No, not this one. That's a accurate precept, but not this one. The portion of a sinner. What's the portion of a winner? What's the portion of a winner? What's the portion of a winner? Glory, trophies, medals, prize money. That's his portion. He won. What's the portion of a sinner?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that now because of the context, dog. I just told you I'm not telling the brother go do that. God damn. Just think punishments. Just think punishments. You get the point? Just think, a sinner gets punished. And let that fall upon her. You get the point? Let that happen to her and let that be that. Let the Lord judge her. You get the point? Go, Yahanna Bukwa. Keep going.
Oh, constantly. Verse 20. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man.
Brother, read that again.
Come constant. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is the wife full of words to a quiet man.
Damn. Who could break that down? Who understands it? Make me know you understand it. Go ahead.
Try. So like an aged person, somebody old in age, like they got trouble enough just walking a straight terrain, let alone walking up a sandy hill. That's just like all strife for them. Like that's
it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a older person because the knees is bad, the back is bad. They don't have the strength they had when they was young. And sand, just think like you go to the beach. Wet sand is solid. That ain't nothing. That dry sand is gonna get you. That dry, fluffy sand that's close, that's further away from the shore. Imagine going up a hill in that. That's why athletes train in sand, because it's harder to run. You can't push off the ground as much. It's not as solid. Your foot going down into something, and your strength is pulling your foot back up. And that's what helps you run faster. But an older person, They go down in that shit. They're just gonna fall over. They're gonna be like Joe Biden. You see Joe Biden on a bicycle that time? He pull up on the bike and just timber and go over. You old dog. Them knees ain't good no more. Put that into the spirit. And that's what you do to our brother as a broad who is just mouthing off because he's a quiet man. Bro, you know he ain't gonna hit you, and you know he ain't gonna say shit back. So you just running. You're just running your mouth. That's what you're doing to his spirit. You're weakening him. And it's so twisted where you hear sisters say, when you ask, so why you talk to him like that? Because he won't be a man. So you want him to be a man, meaning what? I want him to take charge. I want him to tell me what to do. But you don't know what you're doing to him is making sure he doesn't tell you what to do. It's like a catch-22, a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. The thing you want from him, and in your mind, I'll provoke him to make him do something, is literally making him do nothing. It's literally the other way around. You sweet and kind and feminine, or you're going to see a man. You're going to see a brother, a man. You listen, sisters change the D to Z and call the nigga Zaddy. He's such a man. You're going to invent new words for this nigga, but it comes from the femininity. He'll find another word for you when you do that other thing, and you ain't going to like it. He ain't going to like it. You get the point? In the spirit, that's what she's doing to him. And that's what happens when a brother had to worry about the bills, this, that, and worry about it in a way where he had to go get it. Not because you don't have it, but you have it and wouldn't give it. It's going to be a drain on him. It's going to be a drain. He can't go to camp. It's thinking like that. He don't have the strength. He's not spiritually there. And even if the bills is taken care of, if you run in your mouth and you full of words for him, brother, he going to be at camp thinking, who am I to even be up there talking? I know, man. She tell it to me every night. Something. Brothers is going through mental anguish, and you did it to him. You did it. You the problem and you the solution. That's the best way I could describe it. You the poison and the antidote. That's why the white man makes sure sisters have the full green light to rebel and do whatever you want. Because he understands it. He understands it. He understands that will destroy black men. And once you destroy a man, the nation would fall. You want to build the nation, you have to empower men. You have to. That's your nation. That's why Pharaoh said in Egypt, if the Hebrew child be a boy, do what? Kill it. If it's a boy, kill it. If it's a girl, let it live. Because the Egyptians knew, if you want to destroy a nation, destroy the men. The women gonna get assimilated. They're gonna get assimilated into society, and the race is gonna die out. You want to destroy a nation, destroy the men. You want to build a nation, build the men. All right. Let's go back to Proverbs and finish this up. Where we at? Right, read it again from Tanakh. He wanted it up to 16, right? We'll stop at 16. Go ahead.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Mm-hmm.
For her price is far above rubies.
Mm-hmm.
The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her.
Right.
So that he shall have no need of spoil.
He have no need of spoil. She handling that thing like how a secretary handles the job for a CEO. He don't have to worry about coffee, his dry cleaning, his phone calls, nothing. And whenever the company make a ton of money and he got to move to another bigger thing, guess who he taking with him? He taking that secretary. She coming up with him because he knew without her, he can't do shit. He know it. Even though he manages the company, pays her salary, tells her what to do, he understands that this is a resource that I need. I absolutely need it. Now take that in spirit and put it in the home. Take away the money and the 14.5, just put it in the home. You'll see something different happen. Go ahead.
I was about to say, that's a little slice of heaven right there.
Brother, it's, boy, I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Keep going on. That's a big slice of heaven. You know what I mean? Hell, Salaki. Go ahead.
Oh God. Verse 12. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
All the days of her life, even when you're all beefing, even when you're angry with each other. You can be angry with each other and you don't have to do each other evil. When you all turn into a whole tit for tat, it's like a relay game with the evil. You're just passing the baton. F you back. F you back. When y'all could disagree on something, and it don't have to be a trade-off of evil. You get the point? A good sister, and again, it's saying for the sisters, I know it might seem unfair, but it's the emotional part of it that gets reckless. You see it a lot of times. How many videos you see about some sister running over the brother with the car? He come to talk because in his mind, and that's another thing. Brothers, I think, be forgetting this is a woman. Sometimes a brother, you think it's like she's like a close homie, like your homeboys you play basketball with. That's not her. She's a daughter that you asked to marry. You're taking on like a daughter. This is, this is a daughter. This is like a girl. And you're going to talk to her, baby, with some, but you did this. And brother, she looking at you come into the car, brother, and you don't understand in your mind. She wants to kill you. She wants you dead in the grave. Just tomorrow, she wants you to come home after the funeral. That's her mind. Am I lying? You want to bury him, but tomorrow you want him home. That's who you're dealing with. You cannot be logical. You cannot be logical. You can't be emotional. And it's talking to her about the emotions because of how far she will go when she's emotional. She'll get angry with you and she'll decide to do you evil, do something evil to you. You get the point? Put something in your food. Mess up your clothes. Who the hell? You see all them things, bleaching the clothes, cutting up your whatever, just because she's angry. You get angry and do something, you on the news. You have a mugshot now. She get angry and the world says what? Well, she was mad. You can't do that to a woman. You got to let her get her space to vent. The old terrorist Palestinian broad drove the car into the school in Indianapolis. I know you all saw the video, right? Right. Some old Palestinian broad, because of the thing that's going on with Israel and Gaza. This happened October last year or early November last year. She saw the school in Indianapolis with Captain Kapash, and she saw the shield. She saw this on the school. And in her dumb mind, she thinking this is the state of Israel. I've never seen this symbol with the state of Israel. Their colors is white and blue. They don't do all this fly shit we do. She said because of what's happening in Gaza and all these kids is dying, she was angry and she needed to vent. And she drove her car into the school. Into a section of the school that housed the brother and his kids. Just nobody was in the room at the time. She could have killed people. When the cops put her on the side of the road, she said, "I'm not a bad person. I was just angry, and I felt this anger. And when I feel the anger, I feel like I need to do something, or else I'm gonna die." That's what she said. That's a woman. That's her. Get the point?
It's a lot of you. The world usually say, "Hell have no fury like a woman's scorn."
Yeah, no sweat. None of that matter if a nigga swing your jaw though. When that hit come, everything get quiet, and all of a sudden, you hit. Now the femininity comes, and it's sad that it has to go to that point. It's sad that it has to go to that point. He knocked the woman back into it, and I'm not saying it's right to do it. A brother should never put his hands on a woman, but I'm just explaining the dynamic. It makes you fear her. Happy wife, happy life, nigga. What? No, that doesn't happen. You got let me not do this. Let's keep reading. You're gonna think I hate these sisters after a while. Go ahead. You're probably already thinking that shit. Like, why come to class today? The Lord wanted you here, woman. Hell, and man, hell. Go ahead. She doing she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
Verse 13. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hand.
Right? She seeketh wool and flax, good material, and worketh willingly with her hands. Meaning this, and you look at the spirit of it. She is going to get good quality stuff and learn the skill to make something, whether it's curtains, bed sheets, garments for the brother. But this is a broad who, you know, and take it to anything. She seeketh, lamb and expensive herbs because she's gonna cook for her family. This is the spirit behind it. You understand? She go and she get good quality stuff for the family, just like if you was a merchandiser for a Fortune 500 company. You would go and get if you was buying cloth for Gucci, you gonna get the best silk, the best satin. You gonna take your time and feel it and check because you know you're buying for Gucci. Why you can't do that for your husband? Why? You should be able to. Right? Keep going.
Verse 14. She is like the merchant's ships. She bringeth her food from afar.
Like a merchant ship, brother. Merchant ship go to the ends of the earth and get quality material and bring it back to sell. She is like that. Meaning, when the sister go get something, brother, it's, damn. It's something. Y'all come to the Passover all the time, right? Yeah. Just know there's sister's hands in them garments. And I'm not talking about the whole design, but the brother, he gonna have the vision. He gonna be like this. I want this, something. And she there. Hey, I saw this on this internet here. I could go check it out. I could go down by that store today and get this fabric. And she working with him. It's his vision, but she's seeing it done. She's seeing it all the way through. She's like a merchant ship that go and get something. While you do what? Go and steal souls from America for the Lord. Well, you could go into the prison and teach. Go to different countries and teach. Go to the schools. Go on the corner and teach. Your worry, now that's her job. You already had the vision. You see what it is, what you need. Boom. Now in the spirit, man, something in the school here. We need a camp van. All of a sudden, she texting your links for different vans she see. Now the van's gonna be them little minivans. She don't understand what a camp van look like because she ain't no soldier. And if you're wise, you would tell her what? Good job. I like this, but we might need something bigger. Not chastise her because she don't know what you want. Because in the spirit, she's trying to see your vision through. So now you take the resource and you give it some focus. This is what I want. This model, this year, this amount of miles. She gonna go find it. Guess what she gonna do after she find it? She gonna go look at it and then do what? She gonna try to pay for it. She gonna say, listen, I've been saving this for this trip or these red bottom shoes, but you need a camp van. This is all I have. Could you do something with this? And you're gonna look at her like, I'm gonna do something with this, and later I'm gonna do something with that too. You get the point? That could be the situation because it's a resource. And the white man knows that, which is why he makes sure and keep her paid so she could afford her lusts and her desires and keep you poor. You get the point? Because you need resources too, or at least the ability to have it. So now you too busy trying to survive to do what we do on the corner. It's a carefully crafted plan arc. It's not by coincidence. It's by design. You understand? It's absolutely by design. Let's keep reading.
Verse 15. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maiden.
You understand? She rises when it's yet night, meaning what? She up early in the morning before the sun come up and prepare meat and food for her household and her maidens, meaning what? She doesn't get so much skill. Young sisters are there helping her in the household. She doesn't bring in so much to the brother. He doesn't have so much resources where he may have somebody who, like the maidens. That's where you get the word maid from, like a young maid, a younger sister who's working down there for the family. You get the point? Working in there, either a living woman or, somebody who comes. But she's taking care of everybody. And she getting up early like it's her what? Like it's a job. You being a wife is a career. White man told you, being a homemaker is nothing. If being a homemaker is nothing, now you wonder why our homes are broken. Because you off doing another job. You get the point? And I'm not saying to leave your job and be a homemaker, but if you're going to make it not bread, bring it here so we could make this home. Not you independent, I could do bad all by myself and blah, 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 blah. Nah. That husband you have, he's really loaning you out to that slave master if you want to think about it the right way. You don't have a manager. You have a man. You don't have a boss. You have a husband. He lets you go work for that fool. That fool is willing to pay you X amount of dollars to do that. Go do it. Bring my money here. Friday or Thursday when they send you that pay slip, when you get a pay slip? Thursday or Friday? You don't know what pay slip is. So wait, how you all know the check right? Yeah, but how you know you're getting your right money? They must get your pay slip to show you your hours. Oh, you know what pay slip is now? I'm like, well, surely I'm beyond. I'm past. You're just collecting money and don't know where you're getting paid. What the hell is this shit? Listen, brothers, you're getting there and teaching them women check every minute. Because I don't need that nigga to pay you for every minute you can't do something for me. I had to spend 8 hours away from you. You up in that slavery. When that check come, it better match the time. I need to see that pay slip, that time sheet per week. You get that time pay slip. You send him a screenshot of it. You give him a call. You text him the numbers so he know what coming in this week. Just like a business. At the end of whatever period, a week, a fortnight, a month, that manager in McDonald's, he had a report up to whoever is the regional manager what that store made. Same thing. Not get your money, and this is my money, is my money, his money is my money. Bullshit. Now you wonder why your house is a mess. You understand? That's a virtuous woman. That's who you want. And the whole chapter, you read it down. It's a cold chapter all the way down. I'm going to stop here for time's sake. Probably get a couple more questions. But it's a total spiritual change. And you realize when you come in here how much of a resource a black woman is. And when I say black, I mean Hispanic and Native Indian too. You realize how much of a resource a sister is. Women have a tremendous amount of ability. They learn so much. They could do so much. And the Lord gave them something where once they start doing things and achieving, it's like it's a snowball in the spirit. They do things, they achieve, they feel good. So they do more shit and they achieve more, which make them feel better. And before you know it, you got some lawyer in the bed. You got some, regional manager, some very skilled braider that she could only do so. Before you know it, brother, she done taken on things. And this is the key. If she's right, she'll know that she'll never have achieved none of this if she didn't submit to you. If she didn't submit to the Lord. She'll never get puffed up and be like, well, I'm this and I'm that and I don't need you. And then leave off. And in 2 years, she, getting SNAP and food stamps. She'll know that her doing this, the Lord gave her this so she can help you. That's her purpose. Her purpose. Let me get close. Let me close this topic with that. Give me Genesis. You know what I want. 3.
When he's saying
thy desire. Mm-hmm. Is it 3 or 2? I think it's 3. Three and 16.
Book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow, thy sorrow, and thy conception.
Right, in thy conception. Hit that light behind you. Okay. Right. So this is the Lord punishing Adam and Eve for listening to that devil in the garden and disobeying the Lord. So the woman's punishment, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. Right. That sorrow, that pain in childbirth is damn near is a punishment from the Lord. The whole process, the whole menstrual cycle. It's the pain with everything. That's what it is. Like you have cows and horses and rhinoceroses that give birth the same way a woman do, and none of them say nothing. You wouldn't even know the horse giving birth until the damn foal drop out. You wouldn't hear the cow moo and make all kind of noise. But you up in that ward and screaming and ripping everything up, just know this is a punishment from the Lord. Right? You could get free from that. You know, there's sisters who go in there and in 30 seconds the baby come out, no problem. It could happen. But just know that the more you run your mouth, is the more you're going to run your mouth. You want to run your mouth? Talk now. Talk now. Go ahead. You're begging the doctor, doc, let me get that epidural. They put one in your back. The shit ain't work. It's the Lord. It's the Lord. He's trying to humble you. Right? Go ahead.
Come.
In sorrow?
In sorrow, thou shalt bring forth children.
In sorrow, you shall bring forth children. Same thing. That literal pain. And then our life today. Our life today, sister, in the world, right? In the world, you get pregnant. It's not something we celebrate as a people. Most times, it's like, what am I going to do? How am I going to have this? Worse off if she called the brother, I'm pregnant. For who? They're on Maury. You are not the father. What's the man's reaction? When the white man say to the man, you are not the father. Go ahead. He's happy. Right? And what happens when he said, Tranquil, you are the father? What's his reaction? So imagine a brand new baby. Everybody happy when the baby comes in, right? Everybody happy with this baby. You see a baby, and you just, something about babies is it makes people happy. Imagine a baby. You not the father, you happy. And if you are the father, you're sad. You'll bring forth children in sadness. That's part of our punishment for disobeying the Lord. When in here, brother, you hear somebody, brothers, the young brothers, they call, I remember I got a call about 3 o'clock in the morning. I say, well, surely this brother at the side of the road, he done crashed the car, he calling for help. And he said, look, for calling you this late. I wanted to call you, man. I just found out I'm already pregnant. I said, congratulations, Zach, what's going on? But he's talking on the phone, depressed. He was young, because that's what the world gives you. And here, brother, you get, it's not going to be a bed of roses. Life is hard. But in here, you're going to get celebrated, brother. You go announce that to Israel. Israel is congratulating you on the baby when the baby due, blah, 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 blah. It's a happy time. We celebrate that because the world teaches us to hate it. The abortion clinic is filled with us. It's filled with us. You understand? We hate it so much, we make them rich. And of course, if they're making money off of us killing our babies, there's no reason to encourage us to keep the baby. Snowball, right? They're bombing Gaza right now. You think they're telling them women don't have sex and don't make babies? They ain't no hospitals to take the baby to. The Israelis bomb them, right? When they're fighting in Africa and blowing up Africa and they're beheading each other, do they go down there and tell them, well, you're all in a war, stop making babies? No, they don't do that. Chinese people, COVID-19, Trump said made in China, and he was right, goddammit, it was made in China. It started in China. Did they go and say, well, you all have a worldwide epidemic? It's probably, you all better not have no more babies right now. You don't want the babies to be born. No, they only tell us to kill our babies. Nobody else. It's cursed from the Bible. You understand? Keep reading. After children, 16.
Bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband.
Go ahead.
And he shall rule over thee.
Thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Because prior to this situation with the serpent, which was a man who was just slick like a snake, is like calling a nigga today a snake or a rat. Adam and Eve was like homies down there, like just two moving. You get the point? Because of what happened, she needs to have power over her, and this was part of it. And thy desire shall be to your husband, and he shall rule over you. Meaning you ain't gonna get to do what you want no more. You got to check with him now. What does it mean, thy desire shall be to thy husband, brother?
That you shall only desire him and go to him.
Well, I hope that. I hope that part is that you and your husband. That too, but it's something else. Any sisters want to try it? Hold on, Yahanna. You might know this one. I had to get somebody else. And Tamar, you're all going to know this. Come on, let me get young sister anybody. Thy desire shall be to thy husband. What does that mean?
She should seek his approval.
You close to it. You close to it. Something else. Sis? Tamar looking like, don't call me. Come on. Come on, sis.
They're like-minded, like their mission is the same.
You close. You right there. You down there on it. Right? Tamar, you want to try? Her desire shall be, your desire shall be to thy husband. What does that mean?
Like dedicated to your husband. Like,
You on it too. It means this. Okay, let me ask you. What do you, come on?
everything, basically, like what he wants is what you want.
That's it. Like your desire is what he wants. Like you on a team and you just want this team to win. This nigga say he want to build something up to the sky. Listen, I go in Home Depot in the morning to price the material. That should be your spirit. Just think office manager and CEO. He's saying, listen, we want to set up this meeting, blah, 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 blah. She going to work on it. Like that should excite you. That shouldn't, drive you that this brother wants to do something and you going to do it. And that takes a certain amount of a detachment from the world. And the main reason is this world teaches you to hate black men. This world teaches you that black men are not good, are not valuable. That's why Beyonce said I could have another you in a minute. That bitch ain't trading Jay-Z though. Go find another one. And he said that. I heard niggas say they made her, well, okay, go make another one. She'll say that to us. But she ain't trading what she have because she knows she can't find another one like that. You get the point? This world teaches you to just discredit black men. So now what a brother wants, somehow your desire trumps that. And it shouldn't be like that. Now, granted, of course, brother in the world, whatever, and he might have some simplicity with him. I could understand that you not just joining in the simplicity. And it happened in the Bible. It happened with Nabal and what's his sister's name? Is it Abigail? No, I don't think it's Abigail. Abigail was Saul's daughter. I forget the girl's name. When Nabal, he was an idiot and he rose up against David and infuriated David. David was about to kill him wrongfully, but David was going to kill him. And Nabal's wife stepped in and didn't join in the stupidity. And she used her femininity to make sure David don't kill her husband. Is Abigail? You get the point? It's definitely like that. Should a woman listen to everything her husband say? No. If he telling you go carry these drugs across town, what? You should be like, I'm a good husband, let me go. I'm a good wife, let me go. Hell no. She shouldn't. You get the point? Once it's lawful, he telling you something lawful, he telling you something absolutely right. Obey the man. Rock with him. He telling you that dress is too short. Is it unlawful what he's telling you? Go change it. Because who you're trying to please with that dress that he don't like? Forget it too short. He don't like it. So who you trying to please though? I'm just trying to please myself. Okay.
And once again, that boss tell her to dress a certain way.
Yeah. I ain't listening. She didn't want to get written up. And lose that money that she didn't even know she getting a pay slip for. Take that and just bring it in your house. That's all. You understand? Your desire going to be to your husband. He going to rule over it. You start doing that, everything could be solved. Even problems, whatever problems you'll have, it's temporary and, fleeting. That's not an issue. But the minute you'll take on a different spirit, it's just a matter of time. You get the point? All right. I hope that answered the brother question. Any more questions there, brother?
There's a few questions.
Go ahead.
Rocky Allah says, "Like Alwan, may I get a general breakdown on Luke 16, 22 to 25?"
Luke 16, 22 to 25. All right, let's go.
And then there's one Allah. He has First Samuel. He says, "Shalom. Can I get a breakdown on 1 Samuel 1? 1 Samuel 3, 1 through 3.
Okay.
What does it mean by open vision? And verse 3, what does it mean by eerie? Or
We'll get to it. It's not jogging my memory now, but I'm gonna have to see it. Let's get you one in Luke first, all right? Let's get Luke, all right?
Book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 22.
Yeah.
You can let the young man read too, and all. You let the young brother here read. Luke 16 and 22. What verse did he want to go to? 22 to what?
25.
Okay. And did he have a specific question or just a breakdown? All right. Go ahead. Nice and loud, all right?
Luke 16, chapter 22.
Go ahead. A little louder.
And it came to pass
Mhm.
that the beggar died and was carried by the angels.
Go ahead.
And carried by the angels unto Abraham's
Bosom.
bosom.
Mm-hmm.
The rich man also died and was buried.
Go ahead.
And in the hell he lift up his eyes, began to torment, and see if Abraham.
Oh, slow down. Read it again from the top of 23.
Chapter verse 23.
Go ahead.
And in hell he lift up his eyes, being tormented.
Being in torments.
He seeth Abraham afar off,
Mm-hmm.
and Lazarus in his bosom.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me,
Go ahead.
and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in the water,
Mm-hmm.
and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in the flame. I am tormented in this flame.
Go ahead.
25. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things.
Mm-hmm.
And now he is
He's comforted.
And thou art tormented.
Right. So now this here is the rich man and Lazarus, right? The rich man who, didn't help at all. All right. And it's running down what happened after. All right. When Lazarus was the beggar filled with sores and stuff like that, the rich man didn't help him. So let's go again from 22. All right. Go ahead.
Chapter 22.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass that the beggar died,
Mm-hmm.
and was carried by the angels unto Abraham's
bosom. Abraham's bosom. No, say it over again. Right, that is going to help you. Go ahead. So now the beggar, who is Lazarus, he eventually died. Right? It's a parable Christ is talking about. The beggar eventually died, and he was taken into Abraham's bosom. Now, this beggar, he lived a horrible life. He was laying at Abraham's gate, full of sores. Dogs would come and lick his wounds, right? And in the story, of course, the dogs is representing the heathen nations. In the story, Lazarus is the nation of Israel. The rich man is the rich of us, who's in power. And the rest of us always looking towards the rich and famous for help. That's why people were so in Megan Thee Stallion corner. There was some people supported Diddy. Some women supported Cassie. We always look to the celebrities and the stars and heartbroken when they go through something that we know somebody who is not rich and powerful going through, and we don't show them the same love. So that's the scenario. And when he lay at the gate, he was full of sores because he laying on the street. His skin is not, in the best of condition. And the dogs would lick his wounds, right? In older times, you had a cut or a sore, you would let a dog lick your wounds. That was like, like medical care down here, because dogs' mouth have a bacteria that helps move away bacteria. It has certain enzymes in it. It helps move away a bacteria. It can help clean your wound. Now, in the parable, the dogs are the heathen nations. So where we live, if you notice, the gas station, the 7-Eleven, the stores, the food stores is heathens, all heathens. Chinese takeout, East Indians, Ethiopians. It's not the same when you go in the white man neighborhood. You get the point? They are the dogs that licking our wounds. We in hell begging our rich people to help us, and the heathens benefiting off of us. They there just to lick our wounds. We poor, we suffering, we starving, depressed and frustrated. Here's some liquor. Hurry up and buy. You get the point? Our house is destroyed, right? So Eve trying to be a career woman, and the husband, he don't have that good job. Nobody home making the home. He had to go buy takeout. He had to go to the Chinese store and buy food and pay to put the Chinese man children through college. And now they open up 2 more Chinese stores so your children could go buy food there and put more of them into schools. That's our life. So eventually Lazarus died, which is us. Go ahead.
Y'all think about this one. The Lord saying the hardy woman of Israel, saying one of her curses is, the baldness, and then they go into the Asian woman to get that weed.
Listen, we go to the heathens for everything. We go to don't even think about the baldness. The beauty supply store in the hood. Forget the weave. Forget the weave. You go there for what? Hair products, lotion, a comb. You're buying it from a nigga who don't use the comb. You know what I mean? Like, why is that? You understand? Like, we don't have that for ourselves. That's our life. So Lazarus died. And when he died, he was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. Abraham's bosom here is the covenant, the promise the Lord made with the deal the Lord made with Abraham. Meaning, like how you would hold a baby, like how the sister holding the baby right there, that baby is in her bosom, in her care. He's close to her. You get the point? Lazarus now is in Abraham's bosom. He's in the covenant of the Lord now. He's reaping the benefits of the deal Abraham made with the Lord. And the rich man also died and was buried. Right? Give me verse 23. Read on.
And in hell, he lifts up his eyes, being in torment, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom.
Right? And now he's in a vision. And he's now in hell, meaning he done died, and he's in a place where it's bad for him. He's tormented. His spirit is tormented. His body is tormented. As you know, heaven and hell doesn't exist. Heaven and hell is conditions of living. So Lazarus is in a better condition of living. The rich man, now he done died and buried, and now he's in a place where his living situation is not how it was in the life before. In this life now, he's living in hell, like how we live. And he could see Lazarus better off. Right? Keep going.
And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water, and cool my tongue, for I am tormented into this flame.
In this flame, right? So he's saying, in this parable, Christ is saying, so now the rich man, he sees where Lazarus is, and he remembers that Lazarus was once begging him. So he's asking, he said, he cried out to Father Abraham and said, since he's with you, since he's received the benefits you got, of the deal you made with the Lord, could you send Lazarus to do to me what he asked me to do for him? He's saying things is so bad. Just think the metaphor. Don't think like hell, like how the Christians think. And that's where they get it twisted. They read this and think it's a fiery place. This is from some poem called Dante's Inferno, some Italian. He wrote a poem about that, and they think hell is a real place. We've always described judgment as heat, right? What do brothers in the street say when a ton of cops in the neighborhood? The block is hot. Even in winter. That's how we talk. The white man read that and be like, phew, they must be sweating, these Negroes, because it's so hot. And they come up with hell. They don't understand. This is just how we talk. Go ahead.
It was a viral clip of the sister from Baltimore, LSU.
Okay. The Angel Reese.
It was another sister on another team, and they were jawing back and forth. And the ref came up and was like, "Hey, what the hell's going on?" He was like, "Hey, we're just jawing back and forth. This is nothing. You just go away."
Oh yeah.
That's how we do.
See,
and they shoot them off.
Yeah, they don't understand. They don't understand our life, which is why we need to be separate from them. You get the point? So here, when there's talk, even when somebody angry, they say, "Man, I'm hot." Like it's used to describe anger. So here, the rich man, the judgment he done receive is like, I'll like fire under your ass, think like that. And he's saying, if Lazarus could come dip his finger in a little water and drop some water on his tongue, he's describing it in a poetic way to say, if Lazarus could give me just a little relief, just a little, just a drop, which is what we want. Listen, bro, I told you, listen, confession good for the soul. I heard that Iman Shampoo judgment, and I was like, nigga, I'll just take $8,000 for the month. I don't need 3 $8,000 and 7 mansions. $8,000 a month. You know how that would change our life? How much of y'all hear the mega ball jackpot billions of dollars? And what do you say? Lord, if I could just get 2 million. I don't need all. I just need about 2 million of that $40 billion some devil gonna win. We just want a little relief. We don't need a whole lot because we don't live in with nothing. So if I could get just a little more, I'm gonna be good. We don't need $100 trillion. We don't need that shit. I could do $1 million though. I'll do 500,000. Shit, give me 100,000. You know what I mean? I ain't greedy. Give me 100 grand. I'll be all right with that. You get the point? Trump got on TV and said, "Listen, I wasn't rich. My dad gave me a small loan of $1 million." I was like, this nigga here. In the 80s. Right. Damn. So the rich man is asking for that. And if you read further up from the beginning, that's what Lazarus was asking for first. Just a small relief. He wasn't asking for a lot. And the rich man ignored him. So now the tables turn. And the rich man is asking for a little relief. Keep going.
But Abraham said, "Son, remember that thou and thy life..."
Hold on. Read it again.
But Abraham said, "Son, remember..."
Right. You got to stop there. But Abraham said, "Son." Go ahead.
"Remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thou good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented." So
now Abraham is saying, listen, remember in your lifetime, you received good things. You wasn't complaining then. You enjoyed life. And Lazarus was tormented. Now it's your turn. If God is good and fair, if the Lord is good and fair and just, if he's our father's supposed to be good, right? Now it's your turn. Now he's comforted. And now it's your time to go through discomfort. That's life. Right? He wanted it just up to 25, right? Or 26. 25. Right? Hold on. Keep going.
"And besides all this, between us and you, there is great gulf fixed."
Hold on. Read it one more time. Nice and slow.
"And besides all this, between us and you, there is great gulf
There is
fixed.
a.
There is a great gulf fixed.
So
that they which would pass from hence to cannot."
Which would pass from hence to you.
Cannot.
Read it one more time, brother.
So that they which will pass from hence to you cannot. Neither can they pass to us. That will come from the thence.
Right. So Abraham turned back around and saying, besides, even if I wanted to help you, there's a great gulf fixed in between us. A gulf, like a huge body of water, so that even if I was to send somebody from this side to you, they can't come. And if I was to send, even if you was to send somebody from your side to over here, they can't come thence. Like, we separated now, which is how we are from rich folks. Diddy had to deal with that by himself. Mayweather, he gonna have to deal with whatever coming to him by himself. Not that I know anything about the nigga. I'm just calling rich niggas. Drake, you see how quick they turn on Drake, right? 2 months ago, y'all was like started from the bottom. Now started from now. Y'all flipping the station on Drake, man. I'm embarrassed for Israel, man. Y'all some traitors, man. Y'all some traitorous ass niggas, man. Y'all didn't love Drake. Drake was top 5. Drake was top 5 in your argument. Y'all was like, hear me out. He ain't lyrical, but look at his impact. And where the impact is now. Huh? Where the impact now? He a nigga, freaky ass nigga, he is 60. Y'all turn on Drake, man. Y'all turn on that nigga. Yeah, I mean, no, ain't nobody helping him. There's a great gulf fix with it, man. Kendrick see to that shit. Just think like that. Like, there's a separation between the poor and the rich. It's just this whole separation. And whatever happens, that's just that. When Oprah and them fall, that's going to be it. Because when we going through hell, they stay far. I can't touch that. Steve Harvey say, you can't help poor people. The best way to help poor people is by you being rich and staying away from them. That's what Steve Harvey said. He said that shit. He said, you can't help poor people. With Monique, he said, yeah, what you saying is right. But if we ain't going to make no money, there's a separation between us and them. And that's what Abraham told him. Meaning, nigga, you in it now. You don't reap what you sow. You was in a position you could have helped Israel and you didn't. So no sweat. Now you had to deal with that. And that's just that. And if the Lord will do that to his own, because remember, this is 2 Israelites, what's going to happen to the oppressor? Yeah, I mean, his time is coming. All this evil he doing, he's going to face it for that. All right? Who's the last one on? And then we done. If I could get it. If not, then I might have to leave it for next time.
1 Samuel 1:3. 1 through 3.
1 Samuel 1 to 3.
1 through 3.
Okay, I might have to skip that though. Hold on, that's right. Yeah, go ahead, sis. You'll do your thing. 1 Samuel 3, 1 through 3. Okay.
For the 1 Samuel, chapter 3, verse 1. And the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli. And the word of the Lord was precious in those days. There was no open vision. And it came to pass at that time when Eli was laid down in his place, and his eyes began to wax dim, that he could not see. And ere the lamp of God went out in the temple of the Lord, where the ark where the ark of God was, and Samuel was laid down to sleep.
And he said the question he has in verse 1, it says, what does it mean by no open vision? And on verse 3, air. What does it mean by error?
I think this is the error. I'm gonna have to double check this, but I know here where there's no open vision, it's talking about in those days, almost like today, where there's no wisdom from the Lord in the earth, except from the prophets of the Lord. It's like how everybody today is now, postulizing stuff and proposing this and proposing that. Is because there's no vision from the Lord in the earth, except from the prophet. That's why I say it was so precious. The word of the Lord was precious in those days. You get the point? Because without them talking, you wouldn't know what the Lord wants. It was chaos. Just think if the UPK was never there and all this knowledge of the Israelites and the mysteries of the Bible ain't there, what this world would be like today. Just think that. You get the point? It's, there's no open vision. The other part, I'm gonna have to double check it out. I ain't 100% on it. All right. Good to go? Anything else? Right. Samuel worked under Eli. So it's almost like Eli was a officer over him, or priest over him, because that's what Samuel turned out to be. He raised them up. So this is almost like almost passing it over then. Go ahead.
There's one more. Troy Smith says, "Shalom, Captain. If you see fit, sir, can I get a few precepts that prove Esau is a white man or what, sir?"
I'll give you 2. I'll give you 2. Give me Genesis. No, hold on. Give me Job 24 and 7. Is it 24 and 7? Mm-hmm. 9 and 24. Salakia. Give me Job 9 and 24. Quickly.
Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Mm-hmm.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Right? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who runs the earth right now? The so-called white man. He runs everything, and he covers the face of the judges thereof. He covered the face of the biggest judge on the earth, which is Jesus Christ. He covered him with the face of Caesar Borgia, which is a white man. Right? He covered the faces of the judges. Go ahead.
If not, where and who is he?
Right? If he is not the wicked one, where and who is he? So stay right there with that. Give me Obadiah and start reading from verse 1.
Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Right, concerning Edom. Edom is another biblical name for Esau. All right, go ahead.
Oh God. We have heard a rumor from the Lord that an ambassador is sent among the heathen.
Mm-hmm.
Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Right, this is good for what's going on now. This ambassador, there's a Egyptian ambassador, I think in the 40s or the 50s, called Abdel Nasser. He went to the United Nations and said among the heathens that these people in Israel are not the real Jews. He said, how could the Jews leave the nation black and come back white? He said that in the United Nations, and since then it's damn near like it's a turmoil and uproar. Go ahead.
Oh God. Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Uh-huh.
Thou art greatly despised.
That's the oppressor. That's the white man. He is small. He is small among the heathen. He's not really great among the heathen. And he's greatly despised. The nations hate him. Go ahead.
Oh God. Verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Right. Who dwells in the clefts of the rock? The white man. He's the original caveman. He's from the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. He dwells high. Go ahead.
Oh God. Whose habitation is high.
Is high up. He loves to be high up. He's the inventor of the damn skyscrapers. You get the point? He liked that whole thing. Go ahead.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Who shall bring me down to the ground? Why? Because he's ruling. He's in charge of everything, just like the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who gonna tell him what to do? Ain't nobody gonna stop him. He gonna do what the hell he want to do when he want to do it. His pride is there. Who gonna bring me down? Go ahead.
Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
As what?
The eagle.
As what?
The eagle.
Read it again.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Who exalted themselves as the eagle?
America, Rome.
The white man. No, you're right. You're right. I'm backing it up. Say it again. America, Rome, Greece. Say again. The Nazis. They all, I think the Nazis was an eagle or a falcon. Just double check. It could be an eagle, right? But they all choose the eagle. This is talking about Edom. You wanted proof that Esau is the white man. This is it. You get the point? Keep going.
Okay. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down,
right?
Saith the Lord.
And though you set your nest among the stars, is an eagle? Though you send your nest among the stars, then will I bring thee down. What is that talking about? Though you set your nest among the stars, then will I bring thee down. What is that talking about?
Out of space.
This is America's space travel. What did they say when they landed on the moon?
The eagle has landed.
The eagle has landed. The eagle only lands where his nest is. You set your nest and you plant the flag there. You say the eagle has landed. That's the white man. This is a prophecy about Edom. You wanted biblical proof when the white man is Edom? This is it. Though you set your nest among the stars, then will I bring thee down. If you know anything about history, when did America start experiencing social decline?
The civil rights.
When was that?
In the 60s.
Okay.
1969 when I.S.U.P.K.
I would say that too. I'll say that too. But you're right. But history is right around there. Just about the 60s, early 70s. That's when America, the historians would tell you, you had civil rights. You had the height of the civil rights movement, and you know these rights being passed. You had women's liberation. You had all this change of how America was, and they'll tell you it's been on a decline since then. When did they go to the moon? I think, 68? 69 too? 69. He said, when you lay your nest among the stars, then will I bring thee down. CNN had a series. It was like the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and each season was that decade. And they tell you, that 60s period, right after that, America started seeing a decline in certain things. And that's when they went to the moon. That's when they put the nest among the stars. That's the white man. You want some more proof? Let me see. Hold on. I think that's about all you need. Go ahead.
Can I bring it home?
Come on.
Come.
No, you got to bring it home. You got to bring it home.
Come, sir. The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 30.
Listen, don't drop my side of the road in there. I got to bring my home and all. Come on.
And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I praise thee, with the same red pottage. For I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Right? His name called Edom because he is red, just like the red pottage. Right? You could find it all over. Don't believe nobody telling you Esau is the Arabs and all of that nonsense. Esau is the white man who is the devil the Bible speaks of. If you're saying anything else, just prove it. Right? With that, I pass the class over to Priest and Officer SHALAM. I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahanna. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves to the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will call each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whichever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, memorial blowing of trumpets, first day of the 7th month, Wednesday the 2nd of October, 2024. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. Also, we have the cookouts coming up in cookout season. You got the ATL cookout, July 4th through 7th. The Detroit cookout, the Midwest cookout, August 1st through 4th. We got the headquarters, New York cookout, August 30th through September 2nd. We got the Southern California cookout, September 26th through the 29th. And the Houston cookout, October 31st through November 3rd. Slock, sir, you want to add anything else?
No, I think that's about it. I think you knocked the whole thing down.
No concert. Remind Ahmed Akwathan to check on social media, such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, and scarf. And with that, I say Aymayim, which means to stand. Sisters, you may remain seated. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Martin Shabbat, Aymayim, Barak, Yahanna, Yahanna, Saw, which means the time. Sisters, you may stand. Aymayim. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Mount Shabbat, Mike, Barak, Yahanna, Shema, Adam, Bashim, Yahushua. Yahanna, class dismissed.